Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving into something massive. We're talking about why understanding human psychology isn't just for dusty textbooks anymore. It's literally your ultimate everyday survival tool. Let's get right into it.
So, let me ask you something a bit uncomfortable. Do you really control your decisions? We all love to think we're the captains of our own ships, but the stuff we're looking at today begs the question, are you actually in the driver's seat, or are unseen forces and deep emotional habits kind of pulling the strings behind the scenes without you even noticing?
Part 1. The power of the mind. We're going to start by looking inward, at psychology as a real internal force. Look, understanding the mind is not just abstract theory, okay? It's hardcore practical science. Huge corporations and marketing agencies are using human psychology every single day to manipulate what you do, what you click on, and what you buy. Seriously, if you aren't studying your own mind, I guarantee someone else already is. Think about it. Have you ever felt like an absolute boss at home, totally confident, but the second you have to speak in public, your mind just completely goes blank and you freeze? Yeah, that's psychology in action. And getting a grip on these exact mental patterns is exactly how people like Oprah Winfrey, who, by the way, faced incredibly tough childhood circumstances and deep depression, managed to totally flip her life around. She figured out her mind, and that completely changed her reality. Moving on to Section 2, Mastering Self and Emotions. This is all about the internal war we fight every single day. It literally starts the second you open your eyes. Your logical brain is like, okay, get up, let's crush the day. But your emotions, they immediately try to hijack the plan. They're whispering, just hit snooze, 5 more minutes, what's the point? Every single day, it's this tug of war where our emotions try to talk us out of what we logically know we need to do. And man, it definitely doesn't stop in the morning. Say you're walking down the street and you smell this amazing street food, like some fresh momos. Your logic is screaming at you, hey, health goals, keep walking. But your emotions want that instant gratification right now. They're telling you, one day won't hurt. This right here, this micro moment, is where the battle for your future is either won or lost. Then there's the biggest trap of our modern era. You sit down, logic says, time to do some deep work, and your emotion goes, let's just scroll reels for like 5 minutes. We all know how that ends, right? The sources make it super clear. If you want real success and actual stillness in your life, you have to decode these emotional triggers. You can't just mindlessly give in to short-form videos when you need to be focusing. Psychology is what gives you the toolkit to catch that trigger before it completely derails you. All right, Section 3, Navigating People and Society. So, we need to talk about the dark side. And to be totally neutral here, this just refers to the hidden aspects of human nature. It's where people hide their negative emotions, their envy, and their deepest insecurities from the rest of the world. Acknowledging this isn't about being a cynic. It's absolutely essential for protecting yourself from toxic people who might otherwise drag you down. So, what do you actually get out of mastering this stuff? Well, understanding these hidden traits is a total game changer. It lets you spot hidden insecurities in other people almost instantly. It helps you dodge toxic manipulation. And on the flip side, it's the absolute bedrock for becoming a really masterful leader and leveling up your communication skills. Basically, you can't lead people if you don't know what's actually driving them under the hood.
Which brings us to Section 4, Escaping the World's Dark Side.
The top 1% never wants you to escape cheap entertainment. I really want you to let that sink in for a second. Your constant distraction, it's not an accident. That inability to focus is entirely by design. Welcome to what we're calling the distraction matrix. Think about it. Reality TV like Big Boss, endless internet memes, celebrity gossip about who's dating who, and just the infinite scroll of your apps. All this digital content eating up your day is basically a deliberate trap. It's meant to keep you pacified and distracted from reaching your actual potential. Ever wonder why it's so incredibly hard to just put the phone down? It's because tech companies are pouring literally millions into psychological research. They hire absolute armies of top-tier psychologists just to make sure their apps are as addictive as humanly possible. Things like Instagram aren't just software anymore. They're highly sophisticated psychological engines built to exploit human nature and keep you swiping for hours. But here's the secret to breaking out. The 1%, they are genuinely afraid of rational thinkers. They fear people who dive into deep concepts like philosophy, finance, and psychology, because those are the people who actually start asking questions. Learning this stuff breaks the addiction cycle. It builds the critical thinking you desperately need to actually win at life and break out of this matrix of cheap entertainment.
Moving right along into Section 5, Unlocking the Subconscious Mind.
Historically, mastering the subconscious has been seen as the ultimate cheat code for doing the impossible. We're talking about some truly profound concepts here: the subconscious mind itself, the raw power of visualization, tapping into a sixth sense, and this wild idea of mental energy transmutation. When you dig into psychology, you aren't just learning how to talk to people, you're learning how to unlock powers that are already sitting dormant inside you.
And we're talking about some heavy hitters utilizing this: Nikola Tesla, Steve Jobs, Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi. The source material points out that these iconic historical leaders reportedly channeled some incredibly profound mental energies, sometimes called the transmutation of energy, to fuel their massive achievements. They understood the absolute deepest layers of human psychology, and they used it to literally change the world.
All right, Section 6, 5 books to start reading.
Let's make this super actionable before we go. Here are 5 essential books to kickstart your journey into mastering the mind. First up, The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Second, Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Third, Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. Fourth, we've got The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. And finally, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Consider these your foundational toolkit.
So, this brings us to the big question to wrap things up. Which of these books are you going to read first to reclaim your mind? Seriously, don't let this just be another piece of passive entertainment. Break the scrolling habit today, pick one of these books, and take that first real step toward true self-mastery. Thanks so much for tuning into this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.